Evan here from MyoLab. Today we're going to talk about thoracic rotation. Now, why would we do this exercise? Well, like most of us, I'm sure you've experienced some back tension, especially upper back tension. In general, our society tends to have that rounded forward posture. So we need to unlock that thoracic spine, that upper back, so we can get into a better, more efficient posture. I'm going to break down first the kneeling thoracic rotation. Very first, what we want to focus on here is sitting down on our heels, which is going to lock out our lower back. And again, we want to isolate our thoracic spine only. From sitting down, we're going to go ahead and first start to work on my left rotation. Right elbow is going to come towards my right knee, but is still down on the heels to lock out that lower back. I'm going to place my hand on the backside of my neck and be sure to turn to the left with my eyes leading the way, staring up at my elbow. Coming back down to a neutral position. Be sure not to grab onto your head, torque your neck, causing more issues up there. There's no point in trading in a good back for a bad neck. So again, to demonstrate this, as high as you can, and then coming back down. Now, if you progress to a point where you have good body awareness and you can ensure that your lower back is set, a nice progression here is to get yourself into a bit more of a neutral position, in a hips at 90 degrees. Same motion through here, but again, making sure we aren't compensating by dumping through our hips. To demonstrate, and back down. All right, bad knees, can't get down to the ground like that, no problem. We want to take a seat, keep your hips at a 90-degree angle, squeeze something between your knees, which is going to help us lock out that lower back again. For example, I'm going to use a foam roller. You can use a hoodie, a towel, a pillow, whatever you might want to utilize. Then we're also going to use a dowel, just like we're doing a back squat. Broomstick, Swiffer stick, whatever you might have. Now, same essence here. We're going to be turning our body to the left as far as we can, then applying a little bit of a lateral flexion and an extension. All right, you might feel a cavitation as you go into that rotation, lateral flexion and extension. That might come through your mid-upper back. That's all good as long as there's no pain. Again, coming back to neutral, doing one more rep. To my left, lateral flexion, extension. You're going as far as you can without pain. Demonstration to the right side, just the opposite. Turn to the right, lateral flexion away, extension back, and then come out of it safely. Now, this being a mobility-based exercise, the reps that we want to focus on are about 10 reps, twice a day minimum. That's going to help us get more and more mobility. With a mobility exercise like this, you truly cannot do this too often. So we're just telling you the basic guidelines, at least twice a day, 10 reps, pain-free. All right, now some common errors we're going to show with Dan. All right, so go ahead, Dan. So one of the more common errors we're going to see as somebody's rotating, they're actually going to push through the backside of the capsule on their down arm, trying to get some more range of motion, but actually compromising that down shoulder. Another common error, someone's going to take the hand off the back of their neck. That way they feel like they're getting some more range of motion, but really all they're doing is moving their shoulder. Again, we're focusing on that upper back, the thoracic spine. Now, another error that we might find here is somebody pulling through their neck quite a bit. So go ahead, Dan, you're going to pull through that. And what that ends up doing is starting to crank on the neck, cause more of a neck issue, maybe a neck flare-up. Another common error that we're going to find here is when somebody's rotating, they're not moving with the eyes as well. So you're going to see they're going to lock out a lot earlier, but then they tend to cheat more through the shoulder to get that range of motion. So again, remember to follow with your eyes. Now, lastly, as we talked about, we sit down on the heel so that way we lock out the lower back, but there is still a way people find to cheat through this, and that is dumping through that downside hip. They shift their entire body to allow them to get more range. So now that's actually loading your downside hip. Now, one of the more common errors we're going to find with the seated version here is as they go into extension. So Dan, go ahead and go into rotation, lateral flexion, and the common fake that we're going to be doing is rotating and extending through that lower back as well as cranking their neck backwards. This is one of those things that, yeah, it feels like you're getting more range of motion, so it must be better, right? Well, no, because we're not getting it from the area that we want. Dan, demonstrate it done properly again here, please. And then extending back to the thoracic spine. You'll see much less movement. So in fact, if you're getting a lot of motion, like Dan's going to demonstrate the error again, you're actually probably doing it incorrectly. The thoracic spine cannot extend that much. We're trying to get more to a neutral position here. Now, as always, if you have any questions about this exercise, please comment below, message us on Instagram, or email us at info@myolab.ca.